Hi, everybody. My name is Christina Garcia. I'm recording this podcast for my Women's Studies 11 class, it's the LGBTQ plus community. Today's topic is going to be families in the LGBTQ plus community. And today we're here with Caleb.
Hi, I'm Caleb Benson. I'm a psychology major, and this is my second year at Fresno State.
Awesome. Thank you, Caleb, for joining us today. So today's topic is families. So as we know, like a traditional family in society is typically a male, female. And recently we've been seeing over the years same-sex couples in families. And we were going to talk about how the positive and negative impacts it has on either children or the other like traditional families, and like what are some of like the stereotypes and other issues that may occur within a same-sex family.
Okay.
So what kind of media or experience do you have or knowledge do you have with the same-sex families?
Uh, in my personal life, I haven't um known a family that was with the same-sex parents, but I've definitely seen it on television. Like I said before, like on shows like Modern Family, where they have two fathers and an adopted daughter. And I've learned about it too in my like child development courses, about like how the structure of like same-sex um, families with two parents of the same sex.
Yeah, there in history we saw that like certain people in society don't really accept same-sex families due to like the like in the perception of like the kids, like usually like they're like, okay, well the kids need a father figure if it was like same-sex females as parents, and or they need a female figure if it's same-sex for males. And
Yeah.
what are your thoughts on that? Like what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I never had a problem with it, but especially after taking my child development class, I knew that children who have parents that are the same sex compared to children who have heterosexual parents, there isn't a difference. It's all about the parenting style, because kids make an attachment to their parental figure, and it's just whoever is there constantly taking care of them. And so it's all about like the parenting. That's what it comes down to. So whether you have two moms or two dads, that's not what affects it.
Yeah, I totally agree. Studies show and research show that it's actually more they've found that children who have the same sex parents actually do better than children who have the traditional female male parents. Yeah,
That's
so
interesting.
yeah, there's actually no I would say like negative impacts to having
Yeah.
like same sex parents, but um what without so talking about families, I understand that some families do have female male parents, and so
Hmm.
when members of the family join members of the family come out as being part of the LGBTQ plus community, I know that like media kind of represents it in different ways. Like some
Yeah.
people, it can be a positive experience, and some people could be like traumatic experiences.
Hmm.
And personally, I've never felt anything like that. I came from a parents who were female male, and I don't have any experience of having family members in the LGBTQ plus community, so it's fairly new to me. I've had examples in like media, like TV shows, like you said, like Modern Family. Like I've seen same-sex couples. I've seen representation of the LGBTQ community where they have like those experiences coming out
Yeah.
to families. And I know like it could be traumatic because, like we said, like society doesn't really have a lot of experience with that those family members, and
Yeah.
it can be, yeah. So I wanted to ask you how you felt about that.
Well, I come from a family. I have a mother and a father, and they're older, so they're from a generation where, well, especially my dad, where like being gay like wasn't acceptable. And my mom, she like it was starting to become more acceptable in like her generation. But I never I didn't ever feel like that I would be like disowned or anything for like coming out. Like when I came out as gay to my family, um I was more just like having the conversation. I was just like pushing it off because I felt like it was going to be like long, and I kind of at the time, like back in high school when I really knew, I was like I kind of didn't really want to go through it at that point. But later on, once I finally did, it was easy, and it my parents, they were like, my mom was like, I already knew, and I was like, okay. And like it was easy conversation with my dad. I always knew that they wouldn't have a problem with it. It was more just like nervous about like starting that conversation because I didn't know how things were going to be after, and how things are afterwards is exactly the same as things were before. Like literally, it was true when they were like nothing changes. It literally nothing's changed. Everything's the same.
How do you feel after that? Like, I know in a sense, like your relationship probably didn't change, but like
Yeah.
you as a person, do you feel like relieved? Do you feel more open and like accepted?
I never like in terms of my friends, I like never came out to any of them. Like I don't know. It's just, I would, but like for my like immediate family, like my mom, my dad, and my sisters, like I just hadn't had that discussion. So once I did, it wasn't like it was it was more just like being able to like talk about it openly